Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents Stream Rolla and I continue RPG a Day 2025 with day 13,
Darkness.
imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live. I cannot die. Trapped in myself, body my holding cell. Da 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 da, says James
Woo!
Hetfield of Metallica,
It actually makes me think of Ozzy.
the Prince of
Well,
Darkness.
yes. So if you want to say darkness,
Well, that's
that's
it.
what I
Thank you. No,
think.
I'm just kidding.
See you next time. No, but I mean, in the same way, there's light and dark, just like we were discussing on
Right.
path. You can take a path of light or a path of darkness. I think there's an inherent darkness in certain games that you either can fall into
Mhm.
or you can strive to get out of.
True, true. I think there are definitely some dark elements in games. I would say D&D, not so much until you get maybe to like Ravenloft, but that's still a dungeon crawl. But then in second edition, they introduced this land of mist where these cursed people, and they kind of try to make a gothic horror type of feel. Although I would say there are probably better gothic horrors. Darkness, I would say what's interesting in for Call of Cthulhu, I think I've had some dark games in there, but usually they're not the 1920s or even the
Mhm.
Victorian age. The darkest games are the Roman times games or the modern games, which is interesting. Um, when it comes to
Or
like a dark theme, especially in the
yeah,
modern stuff. Delta Green and some of the stuff that Stygian Fox puts out is pretty dark. I mean, even
very
that
dark.
even that, the horror at El Dorado Royale is kind of dark, right?
Well, the new game we just did for my birthday, which our viewers hopefully have watched by now, Grim Hollow.
I don't know if it'll be out by then, but maybe if it's not out, go watch it.
Hmm.
We do a lot of actual play on the channel. Check it out. They're longer
We
than
do,
these 5 to 6 minute things,
but
but
but there you're actually looking for the darkness
mhm.
in certain things. But I don't want to dwell too much on that because I want people to watch the video. But I mean, darkness. It's you can't, in my opinion, have light without dark. And you
Right.
see that in One Ring, you see that in Star Wars, you see that somewhat in Star Trek, and
Mhm.
um I am blanking on the name of the one that we watched, and oh goodness, we watched it and it was a TV show and then they made it into a movie.
Dune.
Not just Dune, but Dune does have light and dark in it. But no, they were. It'll come to me eventually.
Hopefully in a couple of minutes. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe, maybe not.
Embracing the darkness, right? I think another interesting game.
Mhm.
It's called. There's a game called Cult that has very dark themes. I would say that um, the storyteller games like Vampire, Werewolf, etc., have kind of these dark themes that sometimes players will want to embrace, or sometimes they don't. They rebel against it or don't want to play. There's always danger, right? I think like Alien or Mothership has some horror elements, and the darkness of the stars, right? The darkness between the stars,
Mhm.
sometimes. So, so I think there's a lot of interesting games that you can treat that. I mean, there's in D&D, well, there's darkness, 15-foot radius,
Yes, that's
continual
true.
darkness. There's some spells where you call down darkness. And then the Underdark, right? So I don't know if you've ever
Hmm.
had an adventure where you go like deep underground beneath the earth, and there's all these creatures that live without the sun and in the dark, which is kind of interesting.
Right. I believe in that.
Yeah. You believe in that?
I
I
do
don't think you
believe in
played.
that.
No, it's
No.
interesting. I think there's this one game that comes to mind, and maybe this will be my last thought, unless you have another one. There's this game world called Nightfell where there's no sun. The sun is gone, and
True.
the only it's either moonlight or no light, so it's very dark. So that would be a fun, an interesting game to game world to play in, I think. Just they've done a lot of very interesting, evocative things that push that horror type of envelope as much as you can in a D&D setting and world.
Hmm. And no, the name of that show hasn't come to me. I thought it began with a T.
T
Well,
Terminator.
they no, although there's light and dark in that too, and there's light and dark in Alien, and there's very much light and dark in Walking Dead. But no, they were playing. I think they were like
Stranger
space
Things.
cowboy. No, no, but that is a game. They were playing, I thought, space pirates, and he was taking care of, I think it was his sister, and they had the escort on the ship. And
Firefly.
yes, there you go. So
Yeah. Again, the
that's very, very light and dark.
darkness between the stars ish esque. All right. Well, there you go. Darkness. RPG a day 13.
Thank you. Good night.
Good rolling. Don't fear the dark.